You think the expensive part is over the moment you get the keys. The wire clears, the closing packet is signed, the group chat sends congratulations, and somebody takes the photo in front of the house like you just reached the safe zone. Then the first weekend starts charging you. New locks, blinds, a ladder, trash cans, a hose, light bulbs, batteries, paint, tools you never needed as a renter. By Sunday night, the house has already found a way to turn celebration into receipts. The weird part is that none of these costs feel dramatic by themselves. $40 here, $120 there, $200 for something boring, $300 for something urgent. Nothing sounds life-changing until the bank app looks thinner than it did before closing, and you realize the down payment was not the finish line. It was the entry fee. The mortgage gets all the attention because it is the number everybody rehearses. Principal, interest, maybe taxes and insurance, that monthly payment becomes the headline in your brain. You tell yourself, if I can handle that number, I can handle the house. But homeownership does not arrive as one clean number. It arrives as a swarm. The utility accounts want deposits. The internet install is not free. The driveway crack you ignored during the showing now looks expensive. The water heater sounds older when it belongs to you. The HVAC filter, the pest control visit, the first leak under the sink, and the branch hanging too close to the roof all become your problem. At the exact moment the savings account is already drained from closing costs and moving. As a renter, you call maintenance and wait. As an owner, you call a contractor and pray the quote starts with a 3 instead of a 4. This is the part nobody explains clearly enough. The monthly mortgage payment is not the full cost of owning the house. It is the bill that gets marketed because it is easy to compare. What actually hits your life is the full carrying cost of the property, and that number keeps mutating. Some costs are routine, some are seasonal, some are random, and some wait until you feel comfortable before they show up. You do not just buy shelter. You buy maintenance responsibility, utility exposure, insurance exposure, tax exposure, weather exposure, and the psychological burden of knowing every ugly surprise now has your name on it. The house stops being a dream and starts acting like a subscription with hardware failures. That is why people say homeownership builds wealth, and then quietly leave out how much cash it can burn on the way there. Bankrate's 2025 Hidden Costs of Homeownership study says the average annual hidden cost of owning and maintaining a single-family home in the United States is $21,400. Read that number slowly. $21,400 a year beyond the mortgage. And Bankrate's definition is not some wild fantasy list. It includes property taxes, homeowners insurance, utility and energy, costs, internet and cable, and a home maintenance budget. The national breakdown is what makes the whole thing sting. Home maintenance is the biggest piece at $8,808 a year. Utility and energy costs average $4,494. Property taxes average $4,316. Homeowners insurance averages $2,267. Internet and cable add another $1,515. That is the official average before you start inserting your own bad luck. And Bankrate's methodology still does not include mortgage payments. It also does not include every possible pain point people run into, like HOA fees or special assessments. So, when people hear $21,400 a year and think that sounds high, The uncomfortable answer is that the real number for a lot of households is higher. Bankrate also says the most common regret among homeowners who have at least one regret is that maintenance and other hidden costs were more expensive than expected. The share was 42% in the 2025 Homeowner Regrets Survey. Nearly half of the people who regret something about their purchase are not mainly saying, "I chose the wrong kitchen," or "I wish the yard was bigger." They are saying the costs kept coming. The pressure is not just your imagination. Insurance has been moving faster than people can mentally keep up with. ICE Mortgage Technologies, September 8, 2025. Mortgage Monitor says the average annual property insurance payment for single-family mortgage holders climbed to nearly $2,370 a year and has risen nearly 70% over the past 5.5 years. ICE says insurance now accounts for 9.6% of average monthly mortgage-related expenses. 1 out of every $10 in the average monthly housing payment goes to insurance alone. Taxes do not sit still either. ATTOM's 2024 property tax analysis says the average single-family home property tax bill rose to $4,300, with $382.7 billion levied on single-family homes in 2024. So even if your loan term is fixed, the world around the house is not. The county can move, insurance can move, service costs can move, materials can move. Your payment can stay stable while your life gets more expensive anyway. That is why buying the house can feel like the cheap part. The purchase is one giant painful event. Ownership is a long series of smaller hits that never ask permission. The real damage is not one monster bill. The real damage is the stack. You replace the locks because of course you do. Then the first utility bill is higher than expected because now you are heating and cooling square footage instead of leasing it. Then a plumber charges you $300 to tell you the pipe is old. Then the annual insurance renewal shows up. Then the property tax notice lands in the mailbox. You start doing that homeowner math people never post about. If I wait one more month on the tree trimming, can I still cover the water bill? If the fridge survives the summer, maybe I can rebuild savings by fall. If nothing else breaks, maybe this month does not end in panic. The house teaches you a new emotional rhythm, vigilance, and the cruelest part is that from the outside you still look like you made it. You have the keys, you have the address, you have the photo. What people do not see is that you are standing inside an asset that keeps billing you for the privilege of keeping it alive. In the morning, you stop using only the mortgage number as your housing budget. You build the real number: mortgage, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance reserve, a separate sinking fund for appliances and systems. If the house is older, the reserve has to get fatter, not thinner. You shop insurance before renewal, not after. You read the tax notice instead of filing it away. You treat maintenance like a monthly bill, because that is what it is even when the charge comes late. And if the math already feels tight, you do not call that negativity. You call that reality. Reality is cheaper than denial. You thought buying the house was the expensive part? The truth is, buying the house was the moment the meter started running. The closing table got the applause. The ownership phase gets the invoice. Welcome to StatPsyche.